All right. Hope everybody can hear me. I'm pretty sure this thing's on. I'm just having it face the. I'm just having it face the tank for now. Just for a little bit, then I'll bring it back. So, as an update, this is the tank of the baby electric blue Acara, and they're slowly getting bigger. But Crown Tail Half Moon, happy birthday! Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Uh, Mexicali, how you doing? Thank you. And it's been, you know, since I think it's this year when I first started, like really, it's really nice, people just recognizing it's your birthday and you just get, happy birthday, and that's awesome. I love that. Um, it's a nice gesture, so it's cool. Yeah. So again, I appreciate that. Thank you. um, and even with Dee, when she went on her uh, I think it was about 9 hours ago. I actually saw it. Um, when she say who's coming up what today, even though I'm not on it, but I just felt like coming up on the stream for a little bit. They did the birthday thing in the front, and so that's pretty awesome. I love that. Um, so yeah, I mean, I haven't done my stream in like weeks, so I just felt like coming up here, just you know, why not? I've been on chat, so this is, let me see, trying to get a good quality here, but this is my webcam, so it's not going to be the best. But I just put this plant and this one today. This one I've had for a couple years. It seems like it. That thing's been through some stuff, but it's hanging on still. So this is a 30. This is my 30 gallon. I had the all electric blue cars in here, but I took them out, put them in the 50, which is behind this camera, and I had the babies in here. So let me try to zoom in a little bit better. If they get focused there, there they are. I think you can see that a little bit. And I have a piece of driftwood. It's that will fit in here. It's actually the one that's on the platform. I'm gonna put it. I'm soaking it for about 24 hours, and it'll fit in this tank right here. So I'm gonna get that in there. It's gonna be good. It's gonna look. And I don't know what it is. I love these little when you buy it like PetSmart or something or Petco, like the barrels. I think that's pretty sweet. Like how it has all the holes in it and stuff. So um, let me bring this thing back. You can't see that tank back there, but an update with that one. I don't know how far will this thing actually stretch without knocking that thing over there. So in that tank, you got somewhere in there. There's an Oscar. It's kind of little. He was getting messed with. He was getting messed with. But I'm gonna put this camera back on me now, so it's get a little shaky here for a minute. But I get it back up here. Bear with me. This thing's going everywhere. Mark, what's up, man? Good to see you. Saw you earlier. Saw you guys pretty much earlier on another stream. Hang on. It's dark in here. I need to turn the other fish tank light on. 1 second. Turn this one on. That's the 55. If it wants to actually look decent or not, I don't know. But I got another stand right there. I just from that 30. I just put the 30 sitting on something else. So this is kind of just like my cichlid tank, but there's one non-cichlid that there's actually a glowfish right there. Had that thing just survived. So Silver Creek, how's it going, man? How's everybody doing today on this Monday? So, but so these two, the blood parrots, I had in the big 150, but I moved them here because the Oscars are getting huge, and I just wanted to keep these. I think they'll be fine in here. Everybody seems to be getting along. There's no issues going on in this tank at all. So that's pretty cool. I can't really dim the light because it's kind of bright, but it's kind of bright. And I got stuff just thrown back here in this room. Angle this camera right. All right, so kind of high. So everybody, how's everybody doing? Sky Dancer, how are you? Thank you for the happy birthday. I appreciate that. Um, yeah, not too much going on over here. I just wanted to come up here and for a little bit and just say, hey, what's up? You know, just to see how everybody's day is going. Um, I literally just came up here for just thought about it. I was, oh, I'll go stream real quick. I have nothing else to do. It's just been kind of chilling. So I was on my way to work this morning. So, but my wife is not feeling very well. You should be getting. I don't know if she's getting any better yet, but she just had the flu. So, and she's going through it right now. So, in the other room. But I just with COVID and everything, I mentioned to a coworker that she's not feeling well. It's like, oh, you better not go in. Called supervisor, said, give her, if I have one of those little home tests, which I do, it came up negative, but still wanted me to kind of just stay home today, which is, it's kind of messed up because it being my birthday and everything, I didn't want it to seem like I was trying to get out of work, and that's completely not the case because I was on my way to work. But it's a good thing I didn't go in because just like I said with the whole COVID thing, I don't want to. I mean, it was best just to stay home today in case you all know what I'm talking about. So yeah, it just ended up, and it's just kind of a weird day that it landed on that. So that's pretty much what happened there. Okay, so I have this food right here. I'll just show you guys. I bought this the other day from um, my local store I go to. It's called Jungle Aquatics, and that was actually the store that I went to a couple days ago because Jennifer Williams was doing an aquascaping demo, and it was cool. I enjoyed it. So I went before that day though. I went and got this. So one of my blood parrots I showed you just basically lost its color. Like it was just pale, and it wasn't like dying or anything. It's just I guess it has to do with their diet or something. So I got this stuff. I don't know if you can see it. You can see that it's blood red parrot food. Other fish can eat. It's not going to hurt them. But I opened it up. Man, you can see up in the corner up there. See how it has that pepper right on this side? And I went and took a whiff of the food, and I was like, yeah, you can definitely smell that. But it's supposed to help them get their color back after maybe within like 60 days or something. So they seem to like it. So I'm just gonna keep it up, keep feeding it to them when I feed them and everything. So hopefully it gets its color back. And today, focus. There we go. And today I went back to that store because it's my favorite store to go to because they have big fish there, right? Like grown like monster fish, right? One of the other ones in the area, which is Aquariums Unlimited, that's the other big one. They have fish, they have fresh and salt, but they don't have they have them when they're small. So, but Jungle Aquatics, I since I took those two blood parrots out, and eventually they're going to grow. All right, the ones that are over here, you can see them in there. I had to get my other camera up because it's a lot better than this is okay, but so I wanted to get. Let's just say I happened to see another blood parrot, And you know, it's not like my favorite fish, but it's. I saw this one and I was like, holy crap, right? This one is like, so my ones in this tank are about like, they're about like yay big, right? Like that. This one I saw is like this big. Imagine I'm assuming it's full grown. So I got it and I put it into the 150 and I got to take a picture and I'll put it up on a, do a little video and I'll post it up so y'all can see it. So y'all can see it and like it. Okay. If there was anything I had to ask for my birthday, just like a video or something, or like this stream. Okay, I mean that's fine. You know why not, right? So make sure you click that like if you want to. Um, you don't want to spread the flu around anymore than COVID, so better safe. Yeah, it's true. Like I said, it just happened to fall on today, and it just kind of looked like I was trying to get out, but I wasn't for real. Um, it's like I was on my way to work. So anyway, it's all good. Um, now let's see if I can go tomorrow. Um, my mom, okay, happy birthday, thank you. She's on here. Yeah, so that's the biggest news as far as fish wise goes. I think. Do I have anything new going on with fish other than those plants? I showed you the plants. I got two. I'll show you again if you haven't seen. It's kind of I don't want to move that cable around again, but that plant right there and the plant right there I put in there. I've had that one forever. Now I suck at naming at plants in general. I'm trying to get better. Don't ask me what a plant name is because I just don't know. Okay, so that's why it's our aquatic universe, not my aquatic universe, because a lot of stuff I don't know, and I'll admit that too. This is a whole learning. This is a learning process for me. Um, ooh, wait a minute. You know what I found the other day, or not the other day, but a while ago. Let me try to see if I can find it on my phone. If I can find it on my phone. I'm scrolling back. Don't you hate when you're looking for a picture in your phone and you're just scrolling back? You don't know how far you got to go. You don't remember exactly when you took these. It's like an internal picture I got from my phone. So I'm just trying to locate him in here. Oh, I found him. Okay. So there's a few of these. I haven't done these in a while. All right. So I found these on. Oh, it's bright. That's bright. Let me dim that a little bit. I found these on my source for these things is usually from Reddit. So I'm going to do something I haven't done in a while for this next segment. Okay, so this is a segment that I call a moment of clarity. And basically, they're shower thoughts, really. And my local radio station does them like once a month, which is not enough because I love listening to them. And some of them are just, they're just kind of like, I never thought of that. Or it's just kind of like, dang, that's crazy. So I got a couple of them here that I just wanted to share with you. And if you have any, share them on here if you feel like typing it out. So, all right. So my first one is my dog probably thinks I'm just walking around parks all day and occasionally decide to bring him along. Because if you walk your dog, that's probably where a lot of times you walk them to. Your dog thinks that's the only place you go when you leave your house because that's really what they know, unless they go in your car with you. So thought about that and I was like, yeah, that would be true, I guess. you know. So you ever be like walking around outside? There's a lot of people, and you see people taking pictures sometimes. Okay, and you want you see some, and it's like you look left. I mean, your left or your right, and someone's taking a picture, and you're like, "Am I in that picture?" And you might want to photobomb that picture, but so the next one I have here, it says, "I wonder how many family photos I'm in of families that aren't mine." It's probably a lot too. And the chances of you seeing those pictures, can you imagine if like, months later or something, you see somebody's just random picture of downtown of whatever town you just happen to be walking around in, or sporting event or something, and you look and you see you in the background, and you're just like, and you clear as day you can tell it's you. So I don't think it's ever happened to me yet, but that would be kind of crazy. Or another thing is, if you see the Google camera, no, is it Google Earth, or just one of the satellite cameras looking down where they take a picture of your house, uh, and you happen to see it took the picture and you're walking outside like of your house or something, that would be insane. Or the Google, what is it? The Google car, the camera happens to catch you. Um, I know you guys have seen the Google car once in a great while, right? Like on the top of it. Whip, what's going on, man? How you doing, Mike B? You guys know what like other than, well, never mind. No, somebody on this chat, don't say anything, okay? You know who you are, but I'm gonna ask a question. Does anybody know what my last name actually is? If you know, some of you might know, but I just put B because it's like, it's easier. It's like one syllable. It's the same, but still. I'll just give it a second. Someone will write it. I hate the delay on chat. I really do. I'm not Silver Creek. I'm not gonna lie. I wait for the Google car to come by, and I totally doing random weird crazy acts as they drive by, but they delete me out of the. Oh yeah, they could do that. Like they could delete you out of there. I guess so. Mexicali, hello everyone. Oh, you're lurking. Okay, somewhat busy at work. Gotcha. Well, thanks for being here though. And Mexicali wrote Brown. Yep, that's true. It is. Just a wag. Brown. Yeah. Terry, what's going on? How you doing, man? There's a documentary about a guy who was charged with murder. His alibi was he was at a baseball game but couldn't prove it, and they actually got him on TV in the crowd. There you go. So, hey, it worked out, right? That was yep. Was he like on the big TV? They caught him on there or something, or just like somehow there. So, all right, so I was reading some shower thoughts, which I'm going to continue on with. Um, the last one I read was, you wonder how many family photos you're in of families that aren't yours out in public. You get in that picture, you get like you purposely photobomb, or you just don't mean to photobomb, but you're there. You just happen to, I don't know how many pictures I take, and there's like just some random person just staring at the camera. They don't mean to photobomb, they just glanced over. So um and real quick, I'll read the first one that I read. And this one's, my dog probably thinks I'm just walking around parks all day and occasionally decides to bring him along. So that's what your dog might think. So those are the first two. I got through two so far. This one, I guess maybe this is for people with cats. So I try harder to get cats to like me than I try to get humans to like me. If you have a cat, you really try to get your cat to like you more than you get people to like you. I can kind of see that. I can see that, because now like I don't know if I ever really cared, but if who actually liked me or hated me. I mean, you know, I like to consider myself a likable person, but if somebody doesn't like me, I really don't care. you know. So you just have a dog. Dogs like you no matter what. You know. I mean, to a certain extent, of course, but as long as you treat your dog well, they'll like you. Silver Creek, I'm in the local newspaper 3 times. Once for having horrid human septic issues from our water quality, one from one stage performance I used to do, and one from dodgeball league a few friends started to help keep kids off the streets Friday nights. Okay, local newspaper 3 times. Cool, cool. There was was I in the local newspaper? I was, and I was a little kid. My mom was on here, so she knows. I was elementary school, and they asked, "How do you make a turkey? How do you cook a turkey?" Right? I was like elementary school, and I was like, I don't remember what I said. It's in the article. Like, you take it out of the freezer, throw it in the oven for like 40 minutes, and I think that's what I said. So I think I was a little off on that one, but so okay, and here is the next one. All right. So as soon as a UFO is identified as a UFO, it is no longer a UFO, and that's a true statement. Because not a UFO is not always a flying saucer. It's just something you cannot identify flying around. So all those people that said they saw UFOs, they were right. They were 100% right. If they couldn't figure out obviously what it was, which I've seen plenty of UFOs. If I want to say that, but do I believe in UFOs like other planets that have been here? No, that not have been here. I believe they're there out there, but not have been here. This is my belief. How do you make a turkey and how do you cook a turkey are two very different questions. How do you make a turkey? Yeah, I know, right? Did I say how do you make a turkey or how do you cook a turkey? So it's still unidentified if you don't know exactly what it is. Yeah. Hang on a second. Hang on. The wife texted me. She's in the other room. She don't feel good, so if you hear that ding. So yeah, they're called. Oh my god. They're called UAPs now. UAPs. Oh, okay. Unidentified aerial phenomenon. Okay. Unidentified aerial phenomenon. Gotcha. I'm still waiting. Elsa, how you doing? Good to see you up here. Hope you're doing well. I'm still waiting for a UFO to come and get me. They stopped at the drive-through of the Galaxy. Yeah. Well, you're probably gonna be waiting for a while if that ever even happens. Um, and so yeah, you be typing it. Just UFOs just drive by and shake their heads at us. Yeah, that's. I think Hillary Clinton was the one that changed the name and started calling them that, as far as I can remember. Really? Oh, she care? Okay. Aliens just use our planets to fly by. It's fly by, yeah. So, all right. So let me get to this next one. All right. Oh my God. This is stupid. I don't even know if I want to read that one. Meth in February. All right. So it's on here. I'm going to read it. Take it how you. It's just kind of. So drug dealers should have monthly blowout special events like car dealerships. Could you imagine the Methem February? Methem February. Kind of like a February car blowout. I don't know who wrote this, but if they had a blowout for a drug or something, I don't know. Some people might get that or might see that. Seeing and identifying it aren't the same thing if you never see it. It's like trying to answer the question if a tree falls in the woods. Yeah, 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 and no one is there to see it. Does it still make a noise? It it generates the. If you want me to get all scientific on this, nobody's there to to have those vibrations hit their ears. Does it make a noise? Does the noise? Do we justify the noise after it already? It's because it hits your ears, not the fact that like something out there hit something else and it's generating the particles moving. But if nobody's there to receive it, then it's a tough one. That's a tough one to say. Like if something makes a noise, like if I were to take this food and just drop it on the desk, and if nobody was around, no cameras, nothing to absorb that wave, would it have made a noise? Is the noise generated by receiving it, or is it when it what's produced from those two things hitting? Or boom, 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 they're actually inside the earth. Like, oh, okay, we're talking about that still. Middle Earth. Okay, is there a Middle Earth or Agartha? I know where you're getting at with that one. Please do not shoot at the spaceship as it may trigger interstellar war. We don't know. Now here's a question though: if a spaceship went from one galaxy to another, and it was capable of doing that, would it have to go even faster to catch the other one because they're moving, or are they all moving together? You know, like are the local galaxy groups moving together? I don't know. I know where he's going. Technically, the vibration travels all the way around the Earth. So technically, ooh, that just reminded me of something. Okay, I'll finish reading this, but God, don't let me forget what I'm going to say. Vibrations travel all the way around the Earth, so technically it makes a noise, but we just not able to hear it with our little weak ears. Right. it generates the noise, but can we still say it qualifies as creating a noise because nothing has been around to see it? Kind of like if you if if nobody was around to see something, right? If nobody was around to see this red, like this red ball or this blue painter's tape that's sitting right here. Yes, I have random things on this desk, right? Would or whatever color, whoever sees whatever color people see this, right? Is it, if nobody sees this, is it blue? Because you don't, the only reason you're seeing this color, whatever, blue, is because it's the only color that doesn't bounce off your, it's the only color that's absorbed into your eyes. So it's kind of like one of those, if you understand what I'm saying. Um, oh, and what I said, you remind me of something. This is another one that um, there's this one kid off of TikTok who says these crazy things make you just think like, holy crap, that's true. It's funny. He has these little videos and stuff, and it's like I had to record. I just took a couple shots of a couple of them, right? So I wanted to. Oh, there's this one. First there's one. He says, Earth is a wet rock that's been sitting out too long. Whatever you want to take of that one, but stuff is okay. It's a wet rock that's been sitting around too long, floating around too, whatever you want to call it. Stuff has started to grow on it, which is true. Stuff started to grow on it. And the other thing, the one thing I wanted to say is crazy. Say you got somebody standing right in front of you. Okay, that's the closest. Like, and they're closer to you than anybody else. That person is the closest person to you physically in the world, right? Now, if you were to turn around, put your back towards them, they would now be, if I say this right, they would now be the furthest person away from the front of you in the world. Okay, so you're looking at them, they're the closest person to you in the world, and as soon as you turn around 180, they're the furthest person away from you in front of you. Now if that doesn't like make you think, wow, that's crazy, and all you did was whoosh. So that automatically makes them the furthest person away from you in front of you on the planet. So am I wrong? Mike, if you're talking and Maritza doesn't listen, you still making a noise. Yeah, because I can hear my own noise. That's why it makes a noise. Because our ears don't hear the noise doesn't mean the noise didn't happen. And I agree with you there. Just like spectral light that we can't see, but we know they're there. I know what you're saying, but you spectrum of lights, but as far as color, if nothing, if color is perceived here, whatever, who's ever seeing it, okay, we might be talking about a couple different things, which is whatever, you know. But I know what you're saying. That's why I was like iffy things as far as the sound thing. I was like, does it make a sound, or is the sound perceived when it hits our ears? Which I'm thinking that if this still drops, it's still gonna create the vibrations in the particles, but is do is it still going to generate a sound that moves out from it, or is it's the sound that happens, you're hearing, your ears are creating that sound that's as those are vibrating into your ears, right? That's where I'm getting at. It's impossible to prove. We can assume but not prove. Trying to describe a color. You can't describe a color. To like, even if you've seen a color, like you can't describe, and Whip, you're right, exactly, you can't describe blue. You know, you could be like, it's cool, like, but no, it's not. You can't. You know, and I will like soccer. Uh, I suck at reading sometimes. So just bear with me. I will Socrates you into believing we absolutely nothing. I promise. I just totally chopped that up to hell. So, um, whip technically we can prove it with machines and technology. Well, with machines, if you're saying that they can hear, like if you're, those sound waves are hitting something that absorbs that. So, you know, we can't hear dog whistle, but still generates a sound. It generates the moving. I could sit here and talk about this all day, but I mean, I know what you're saying. I get it. But my thing is the noise of what is the noise of these two things hitting, is the noise there? Like, even if my ears didn't get that, like, I'm moving particles, vibrating stuff, but is anyway, never mind, because you could say yes, you could say I don't know, but machine measures, monitors the vibration of waves, if you will, and we monitor the machine. The dog can hear it. Butterfly. Okay. Um, so I think everybody's stuck on the sound thing. I think if it's for California, smaller earthquakes, we can register or feel some. Okay, yeah. So I think. Okay, I'm gonna read one more. Okay, so I'm just being a terror. I'll stop. No, you're good, man. It gets me thinking. So you know, Scuba Steve, Scuba Steve Vlog. How you doing, man? I was on your thing just a little bit earlier. I like your setup, your tank setup. Like I said earlier, it made me want to move my live rock around in my saltwater tank. So that's pretty cool. I like how you got it like that. So I got another one here. All right. I read this once, but I'm just going to read it through. How you think of it, whatever. What if our human? Wait. What if? Hang on. Let me just start over here. What if your human life is just one simulation game being played by an alien version of yourself, and when you die, you go back to your alien consciousness and choose a new game to play from your library of hyper advanced consciousness simulators? How many times you played a video game? Have you ever played a video game where you created your own avatar that kind of maybe tried to, if it was just like a, that, you tried to kind of make it look like you? That's just what it's saying. What if we're just simulations, avatars in a game? It'd be a boring game. I'm telling you. And if it's a simulation, if it's a game, I'm wondering if the alien me is playing easy mode or advanced. It's probably super easy mode for me, but depending on who I have to deal with, it's probably super advanced. I'm as sarcastic as a human can be, Mike. I love challenging people who with ideas within themselves. No, that's cool, man. I get it. You know, completely. Whoops, wrong scuba. I know. Like when Scuba Steve, there's a Scuba Stevo. So we got Scuba Stevo and Scuba Steve vlog. Vlog. Is it vlog or vlog? I guess you could say it either way. Has Scuba Stevo been on here? I've been not here, but I mean just been around. I mean, it's me who hasn't really been around too much. I've been on some streams here and there, but um, pretty much worn out this avatar. I'm ready for a new one. God. Whip, I choose to be naked and live in a barrel like I'm forever outcast. I reject the norms of my life. Like I said, I'm horrible at reading these things because I'll sit here and mumble them. So sorry about that. It's like if I can't figure out a word, because sometimes my brain just doesn't work very well like that. I'll just mumble it and play it off. I ain't gonna lie. Your alien player wanted a vacation life, Mike. A vacation life. Is this a vacation life? I don't know. I mean, not too long ago, it was definitely not a vacation, but maybe for them it is. And somebody brought up this idea too. Okay, so I was listening to a podcast, all right, and it's like this is super advanced, obviously. If let's just say if we were in like a simulation, all right, and part of me is like that's dumb. Part of me is like it'd be fun to think about that, right? And we think of a simulation. If you go down to the lowest part, it's a pixel. Okay, now if you go down to the lowest part of us, like the smallest unit of measurement, which is a, oh my god, what is it, Planck scale or something? Am I right about that? If anybody knows, I don't know if it's called the Planck scale. um like what piece of material or whatever it could be. Of course, I've read that particles are just energy fields that vibrate and somehow create, the particles that fluctuate in and out or something like that. I don't know. But brain farts are a real struggle. I know. I got plenty of them. I'd totally be down with meeting my alien horror. That would be, you know what? That would be crazy, like a movie or something like that, wouldn't it? There you go. So you got an idea right there. You can make a video or something like yeah, meet your your player meets you as Avatar, or maybe Avatar was the uh, someone already came up with that kind of sort of in a way. I would beat the crap out of my alien handler. Why is that? Then you just be like, oh, I don't like it. I don't like this Avatar anymore. Get rid of it. Yes, Planck scale. I was right. Sweet. Listening to the what did I get that from? Which I listened to a podcast. It's on my phone. Hang on a second. Daniel and Jorge explain the universe. That's the one I listen to. If I want to get like that. Um, there's actually three podcasts I listen to. No, four. So the three that I listen to, all right, and I only listen to them really when I'm in my truck. If I'm driving, if I don't feel like listening to music or something, and I want to just listen to a podcast. Um, where's my podcast app on here? Freaking, what the hell's it? Yeah, I'll just type it in. Podcast. There it is. Okay. So the four in my library. Okay, what's this? Welcome to your library. Got it. So I have three, but so I already said I listen to, if I want to be all sciencey and stuff, right? There's Daniel and Jorge explain the universe. I listen to that because I think it's interesting for some of the things. And then I listen to, another side of me listens to the Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast because they talk about like I, I'm all into that. So um, I mean, I don't have like all the accessories of it. This is Star Wars right here, so it's kind of different right there. And right? You can't see it, but it's right there. It's a pillow. I got it for Christmas several years back. So I listen to those two, and then sometimes I listen to Star Talk with Neil deGrasse Tyson, and sometimes I agree with him, sometimes I don't. But who am I to disagree with someone at his level, right? But and then the fourth thing. Okay, so now I listen to this podcast only because it's funny, and I just can't believe how. Okay, so if I don't want to offend anybody in here, because you know how you believe in the world, all right. Oh, I see some cool comments. Hang on a second. I no, I used to listen to it. I don't think they have it anymore. And I only listen to it because, like I said, I think it's funny the way people think, and it has to do with. And there's a group page on Facebook, and I like reading it because it's interesting to see how people think, and it's about flat Earth. Okay, if anybody here is a flat Earth person, I'm not insulting anybody. Okay, um, but it's a subject that no matter how you try to convince someone who believes in flat Earth and all the science behind your argument, you're not going to convince them that the Earth is round. Okay, you're not at all. And that's why on Facebook there's a group, and I go on there because I laugh, not just because of what they think, but the response to some of these things that people write in them, and it's just like I'm just like, what? But they don't, obviously they only go to a certain point when they argue, like on this Facebook group page. They don't swear at each other. They just like, it's like they joke around in more like of a you're an idiot kind of way type of thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, I don't know. It's funny. It's it's funny. Oh man, it sometimes it drives me crazy because this podcast that I used to listen to, and I'll tell you what, this podcast was entertaining as hell, but the people, when they described that their belief in the flat Earth, it's like it was their way of life, and it's like they're teaching their kids this, and I'm like, wow. So all you got to do, and I'm thinking all you got to do is just take them up there, and they could see it, but that's easier said than done, right? And they go into like the fisheye lens thing that makes what looks like Earth has a curve to it, but a fisheye lens on a flat surface is only going to curve the sides around. It doesn't curve around the back. Okay, so get in a debate with a flat earther sometime, whether it's on Facebook or whatever. Just try to see if you can convince them to make them think about their logic. It's not going to help. Okay, and that's the frustrating part. You think you can turn somebody to the correct way, which in their mind, their way is the correct way. So some people, they call us globers or ballers, and people who, round earth, they call flat earthers flirts. So it's just on that page, and it's hilarious, man. I'm telling you, it's like, God, if you want to laugh, you know. But I just had to get that out. So those are basically the ones that I listen to on my phone for podcasts until I find something more interesting to listen to. Or I mean, like, there's also, if I listen to like satellite radio, if I listen to like sports, or there's a football game on or something that I watch. But other than that, um, all right, let's see here. Let me go back a little bit because people putting up some comments, and I saw Elsa. My husband is still cursing Ant-Man for mentioning quantum physics. So that movie, it seems like it's going here. Okay, it's science fiction. I'm telling myself that because I'm getting ready to say something like, how could that happen? Because it's science fiction. Even if somebody were able to shrink down, and here my logic in my head is just kind of being all like, that can't happen because nobody can shrink down because you can't be smaller than the molecules of air that you breathe in. And my other half of me saying, shut up. That's just science fiction, okay? So, but still cursing Ant-Man for mentioning quantum physics. Well, yeah, it's, and you know what? I think I could have sworn, like in the Loki series, they showed that city in the back. I'm wondering if the time is it the time bureau? I don't know, is there any Marvel people here? Any other Marvel people here? It's just me. But I'm wondering if you know what I'm talking about. I wonder if the time bureau, that's what they're called, is in the quantum realm. And if I'm getting all too like Marvel or whatever, I'm sorry, but that's one of my I like talking about it. So Silver Creek, you wrote. So what I'm going on about is this science study. All matter consists of 99% empty space. Yep. Yet science, as we know it, only focuses on 1% of what we can see and touch. Mm-hmm. But as you've probably heard, do you actually touch anything? Like if I were to touch this, am I actually touching that? Most people, like people who, so know, like who know would say, no, I'm not actually touching this because the electrons are repelling it from the atoms and all, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And you can't actually an atom can't actually touch another atom. But it's not true because you can have two atoms that can, with electrons. So, but it's not the electrons that can, and electrons don't touch. And we're thinking about the inside the atom that touches, which they have the atom smasher. So does it explodes, right? Or am I just kind of going way out there? So, ooh, do you think that they really believe that stuff? Do you wait? I was probably talking about something earlier. But do you think they really believe that stuff? Like, I think they do it just to stir. Oh, you know what? I put that comment on one of the things on Facebook the other day. You can't believe in a flat Earth any more than you can say dinosaurs never existed. I put that on someone's thing. I was saying, you know what? Because you know how I was being sarcastic with it too to them. I was saying like, because they think NASA is just, it's not real. It's just a thing. It's a company. It's that just covers things up of this and that, right? So I was like, you know, I think NASA created this whole flat Earth thing with a group of people just to keep us to have something to talk about or something like. And I was like, how can people really be that dumb to believe in something like that? So I put something like that the other day. I was like, I think it's just something NASA's making up just for the fun of it or whatever. So I did put that up there. It's vastly important to understand the fundamentals of flat Earth theory. I'm joking. I don't take that serious. I don't know what we are on. Just that life is here and I'm part of it. Yep. But can you imagine if like the physics of that actually would like, they explain there's no outer space. It's the ether. I'm not quite sure what that means. And if we're on a flat disk, and Antarctica is like the pizza crust that wraps all the way around, and then the moon and the sun are within this dome, and they just kind of go around like that, right? That's what they say. So it's fun to get into those debates. I think if Earth was flat, cats would have pushed everything off. Yeah, if they could get over to Antarctica. And they say there's people guarding the borders of Antarctica because nobody's allowed to go over there. It's like, how often do they switch watches? Do they live out there? I mean, what the heck? It's crazy. Knows the truth about the universe. Yep. You have a rabbit named Loki. That's cool. Freaky fish lady, how's it going? June, hi. Since you're living in a simulation, the world can be flat and round at the same time. You know, that is one of the truest points I've probably heard of. If if flat Earth ever were to exist, it's because we're in a simulation anyway. Garcia, what's going on? Hello, everyone. Garcia Aquatics here. Good to see you. Good to see you. Only Oscars. Hi, June. Marvel did mix the concept of parallel universes and timelines. Yeah. So a lot of people would get mixed up with like parallel universes and timelines. You know, it took me forever to understand if let's just say if I made a decision to go to get up and put this tape away where it belongs, or if I decide not to do that. Whichever decision I were to do right now, in like 5 seconds from now, would that would split off in two different timelines, right? Whichever one I decide to do, and this is what I didn't understand at first. If I were to get up, that's the normal timeline. If I didn't, that's the normal timeline for me. Now, if I went and did the other thing, that creates a whole new universe. Everything's just instantly, it's created a whole new universe. And I didn't understand that at first, but then I started to, because all it is a different direction you're going, and it's not like everything around you disappears if you make a different decision. It's everything's still there in this whole universe. So you created another timeline. That's a whole other universe created. Simplest way to put it. And then, no, of course you're not touching it. There's a vibrational frequency that's between every single object that there is, but that's still just 1% that science touches on. They reject all the 99%. Yep, exactly. Exactly. And yeah, I mean, everything's so small. It's like you can't see if you were to take atoms and like spread them out like twice as far, would we be invisible, or would we be kind of invisible? I mean, we'd be dead, but you know, I mean. But then again, here's a question for you, Silver Creek. The universe is expanding. Everything's expanding together, further away from each other at the same ratio, I want to say, if I'm even saying that right. But to us, we don't notice, you know, I mean, and I'm going to dedicate a stream just talking about this stuff. So people, one more thing I want to bring up about it, and I just forgot what it was. So maybe I'll think. So Garcia, what's your favorite Marvel character? Okay, so my favorite Marvel character, I think honestly, man, I think, and I'm gonna stick with one of the, hmm, just honestly, I'm probably gonna have to say, I'm not stretching it here, going out all crazy. There's probably two. If I had to narrow them down between two, okay, I would probably say Iron Man, only because, like you said, he's a genius and he can create pretty much whatever. He created time travel, and he came up with some really cool stuff. And he figured out a way to fly, and whatever else he had in his suits, and it was just really cool. You know, I mean, someone can't sit here and say, "I wish I had the ability. I wish I could fly." If you wanted to learn how to, if you wanted to have the ability just to jump like Superman, fly, you better have the ability to withstand landing. So you want to have like durable strength, you know, in your body to be able to take a hard land if you fell or something. So, you know, anyway, so hang on a second. Okay, I'm getting all right, everybody. So, God, we're doing like pretty good, but I was the other person I was gonna say was probably Doctor Strange, because he's basically a wizard and he can do cool stuff. But I got really down to it, I'd have to think about that one. But one of my least favorite DC ones is probably Batman. I'm not a Batman because yeah, he's rich, but if you think about it, and I don't want to piss anybody off here who likes Batman, I just think the idea of him running around in a bat suit, and I know you think of Spider-Man, but Spider-Man's got cool stuff. He like the abilities. Batman fights crime, and he has a gun that has a grappling hook, and he's got cool cars. He has money, but I just don't see. It just is kind of ridiculous to me. So that's my opinion on Batman. So, you know. But anyway, guys, oh my God, I feel like I'm cutting it off right in the middle, but I'm getting text messages and I have to take off. But next time I stream, I am, yeah, Adam West. Yeah, my wife will agree with you too. Batman with Adam West one was her favorite. So anyway, um, oh God, cutting off right interesting stuff, but I gotta go. But I'm gonna do another stream like this because I like talking about this kind of stuff. So anyway, everybody, thanks for coming out. I know other people are on right now too. There's other people streaming. Um, everybody's been here. Thanks for the birthday wishes. I really appreciate that. The day's not over, so I'll see everybody later. Go take care of the wifey. Yeah, and see you in other streams. All right, and I will continue this topic on another stream sometime soon, very soon. Maybe next one, a surprise one. I don't know. We'll see because I want to. All right, maybe it'll be tonight. Who knows? See you guys later.